story of the pyramids of Giza has just been taken to the next level, and you won't believe what you're about to hear. Millions of people have believed they know all about the pyramids of Giza, one of the greatest wonders man has ever built. But as it turns out, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Recently, a team of researchers from Italy and Scotland shocked archaeologists by announcing the discovery of a vast network of underground structures deep beneath the Giza Plateau in Egypt, using synthetic aperture radar, SAR technology, a modern method that allows for three-dimensional images of the ground without excavation. The team research has determined the existence of structures with unnatural shapes, including vertical walls, spiral staircases leading down several floors, and an ancient water channel system that stretches for hundreds of meters. What is remarkable is that these structures are located at a depth of more than 600 meters underground, far beyond the limits of most ancient structures that have been discovered before. According to the team's hypothesis, this could be an underground complex built by an advanced civilization that disappeared tens of thousands of years ago. Some geological signs suggest that the area was once a fertile land, possibly an underground city, or a repository of sacred knowledge from human ancestors. Most notably, the team linked the discovery to the legend of the Hall of Records, a legendary site mentioned in ancient Egyptian texts and legends, which is believed to hold the knowledge of the Atlantean, Lemurian, or even alien beings who visited Earth. Ancient documents such as the Emerald Tablets and the records of the occultist Edgar Cayce have also hinted that the hall was buried underground near the Great Pyramid, an incredible coincidence with the coordinates that the SAR team had just surveyed. However, not everyone in academia is convinced by this bold statement. As soon as the information was announced, a strong wave of opposition emerged from many experts in the field of archaeology and geology. Among the most vehemently dissenting voices is Dr. Zahi Hawass, one of the world's most famous Egyptologists, who served as Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities and is considered the gatekeeper of the pyramids of Giza. He did not hesitate to call this fake news, even a baseless fantasy made up to attract attention. Dr. Hawass also raised major questions about the validity of the research methodology used by the team from Italy and Scotland. He asserts that, to date, there is no definitive archaeological evidence, whether pottery fragments, architectural traces, or any clear stratigraphic specimens, that can prove the existence of an underground city or ancient repository so deep underground in Giza. If there was such a 600-meter deep underground architectural system, he said, there is no doubt that excavations and surveys over the past decades would have uncovered at least a few clues on the surface. But that has never happened. Not stopping there, Professor Lawrence Conyers, a leading expert in the field of application of ground-penetrating radar, GPR, and underground survey technologies in archaeology, also voiced skepticism. He said that synthetic aperture radar, SAR technology, which is often used in large-scale geological surveys or monitoring the Earth's surface from satellites, is not a tool designed to detect man-made architectural details at depths of several hundred meters underground. According to him, SAR can provide images of structural changes underground, but to confirm that it is a spiral staircase or an ancient corridor requires a lot more layers of verification than that. Professor Conyers also emphasized an important point. At depths of more than 600 meters, radar data is often interfered with by many factors such as soil moisture, rock density, local magnetism, and also interference from man-made devices. That makes it extremely difficult, if not nearly impossible, to accurately determine the shape and nature of structures at such depths. He warned that relying solely on radar data, without confirmation from field excavations or detailed geological analysis, all claims about underground cities or Hall of Records should be considered hypothetical, not enough grounds for scientific recognition. Some independent researchers have also warned that viral articles in the mass media, such as the New York Post, the US Sun, or the Sun, tend to exaggerate and sensationalize unverified scientific findings. This not only misleads the public, but also makes it difficult for genuine scientists to protect their academic credibility. There have been many cases where shock findings have been distorted for communication purposes, then proven to be false or retracted due to a lack of authentic evidence. However, it is also important to recognize that these objections do not necessarily completely negate the possibility of the existence of the mysteries of the Giza underground. Instead, they emphasize the importance of scientific verification, of rigorous testing procedures before making a final conclusion. While skepticism is essential in science, history has also proven that many of the original great discoveries were ridiculed as absurd until irrefutable evidence came in. While the controversy over the underground city under the Giza Plateau is still heating up and shows no signs of abating, another archaeological discovery, this time from the Judean desert in Israel, continues to spark a wave of curiosity among the scientific community and ancient history lovers. In the midst of the arid and mysterious land that has been a witness to religious, political, and cultural conflicts for thousands of years, archaeologists suddenly discovered a structure shaped like a pyramid, an image that is associated with ancient Egypt, but are rare in this Levant area. According to preliminary reports, the structure dates back to about 2,200 years, around the 2nd century BC, a time when the Middle East was in the midst of a power struggle between two major dynasties, the Ptolemaic in Egypt and the Seleucid Empire in Mesopotamia and Syria. This raises an intriguing question. Was the Judean pyramid structure the product of a cultural crossover, or even an attempt to expand the symbolic and religious influence of ancient empires? Along with this architecture, the archaeological team also discovered a series of high-value ancient artifacts, including coins engraved with Ptolemaic and Seleucid kings, finely crafted pieces of pottery, and gold and tin jewelry. Some of the coins bearing the image of Ptolemy VI Philometor, a famous Egyptian king who reigned between 180 and 145 BC, suggest that it was once under influence, or at least politically and commercially connected to ancient Egypt. What is remarkable is that the pyramid structure found does not carry huge proportions like the pyramids of Giza, but is much smaller, only about 10 meters high with a regular square bottom. However, the highlight lies in the construction technique. The stone blocks are cut extremely precisely, mounted with a mineral mortar that has never been seen in this area before. Some experts believe that this may be a construction technique imported from Egypt, or a local variant developed based on the influence of pyramid architecture that existed thousands of years earlier. Professor Miriam Ben Yosef, one of the leaders of the archaeological team involved in the excavation, said, "This discovery opens a new door to better understand the spread of Egyptian culture in the ancient Levant. We cannot yet confirm the exact purpose of this structure, be it a tomb, a memorial, or a work of religious significance. But it is certainly a testament to a complex historical period in which major civilizations competed and influenced each other more than just by force, but also with art, and some scholars have speculated that the pyramid structure may be related to the Greek settlement in the post-Alexander the Great region, when his generals divided to rule the vast empire after the sudden death of the great emperor. The fact that the Greeks carried the pyramid architecture as a symbol of power or belief was not too surprising, especially since they had absorbed many cultural elements from Egypt and the ancient East in the process of expanding their influence. Although research is still in its early stages, the findings in the Judean desert are opening a new chapter in reconstructing the history of intersection between ancient empires. It not only shows the complexity of the political, cultural, religious relations of the time, but also raises larger questions. Is the image of the pyramid not only a symbol of Egypt alone, but also a global symbol carrying divine power and a timeless message. The claims of an underground city under the pyramids of Giza are still the subject of intense debate in academic circles, and so far, there has not been any concrete evidence confirmed by the mainstream scientific community. One side argues that this is a sign of a lost ancient civilization that has stored timeless knowledge, possibly the legendary Hall of Records that mystics have been talking about for centuries. Meanwhile, the other side has maintained a cautious stance, insisting that science cannot accept anything without clear, repeatable, and independently verified verification. Between the two opposing currents of view, the only thing that both sides agree on is that the Giza region, and more broadly the entire ancient Middle East, still hides a myriad of secrets that modern man has only just begun to surface. Every layer of soil turned over, every ancient wall cleaned, can reveal a story buried thousands of years ago. Stories that not only change the way we look at history, but also make us question the true nature of the civilization we live in today. Meanwhile, new discoveries, such as the mysterious pyramid structure in the middle of the Judean desert, continue to enrich our understanding of the ancient world. They show that the pyramid image was not limited to Egyptian territory, but could have been a universal symbol of power, faith, and knowledge in various civilizations. The spread of architecture, engineering, and thought, from Egypt to Greece, from Mesopotamia to the Levant, is a testament to a vibrant and complex historical period where the boundaries between empires were not always clear, and cultural influences could go far beyond the political map. Against this backdrop, one cannot help but wonder, is there a deep connection between the ancient structures scattered around the world, from Giza to Judean, from Teotihuacan in Mexico to Angkor Wat in Cambodia? Did ancient civilizations ever share a certain kind of knowledge, a common symbolic language, transcending time and space? While the answer is still in the dark, one thing is certain. The journey to discover human history is far from over. The ancient world is still whispering to us through every piece of broken pottery, every faded stone wall, every radar wave bouncing deep into the ground. And it is in those silences, where science, imagination, and curiosity meet, that the greatest stories are slowly being revealed. We will continue to monitor and update the latest information on archaeological discoveries, bold hypotheses, and unsolved mysteries around the world. Because who knows, just a thin layer of soil under your feet or a small rock hidden in the middle of the desert is the key to unlocking a forgotten chapter in human history. If you found this video helpful, press like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest updates on archaeological discoveries. Leave your comments in the comments section about these findings.